Alrighty guys, what is going up? Welcome back to the Best Investing Money Management channel on YouTube. In today's episode, we're going to be looking at Facebook. We're going to be seeing why I bought more Facebook stock this past week. I hope you guys enjoy it, and if you guys get anything in value, hit that like button and subscribe, because at the end of the day, it really helps me out when you guys do that. So make sure you guys smash that like button. If you guys get anything in value, smash it. Alright guys, don't forget to check out my course. I'll put a link to that down below. So now, Facebook stock, here we come. Roll the intro. Let's go. Bam. Alrighty guys, so we are looking at ticker symbol FB. Now this is the one and only Facebook. Now for those of you that don't know, Facebook is an absolute massive company, okay? It's worth hundreds of billions of dollars, almost $1 trillion. The company is growing at an astonishing rate, and we're going to be breaking down, should you buy this stock, sell this stock? What should you do with Facebook, okay? We're actually going to change the time frame all the way. We'll look at 1 year, and then we'll actually look at the 3 year. 3 years very important, because this represents the past 3 years, and history tends to repeat itself, especially with price action. So we're going to be doing some technical analysis. We'll also talk about some fundamental analysis, and honestly just my overall opinion and a good solid strategy behind Facebook on pretty much what you should do. Okay, so looking at Facebook, you guys can see the 3-year lows here is $123, which is extremely low. This from now is roughly a 197% increase, which is a lot, especially just only a 3-year time. But you guys can see one of the largest sell-offs in Facebook is actually the crash of last year. It sold off around 35%. But once people realized, like, hey, Facebook's a tech company, people are going to be online more, they'll probably make more money. So it got bought up, hit highs within a month, and actually just kind of came up and consolidated for quite some time. And it really wasn't until, we've seen a lot of buying pressure step into it. 1 and 2, it just got absolutely explosion. Facebook just took off, really went from $265 all the way up to $384. Okay, sold off to $364 recently, but that's still a 44% increase within a year, which is outperforming all of the indexes, Dow Jones, NASDAQ, and the S&P 500. Now, Facebook does not pay a dividend, right? That's very common, especially among, these smaller tech companies that want to use all of their leftover money to reinvest it in Facebook and to grow it larger, grow it as large as it can be. It's not a value stock like Coca-Cola that's going to pay that 3% dividend. It's not going to move much. This thing's going to be a powerhouse. It's going to have more volatility, but it's going to have these years where it goes up 45%. It's going to have years where it goes down 20%, but it's going to be more volatility, higher growth, higher reward. But recently, I just think it's an absolute no-brainer investment. Not to mention, guys, once we actually go to the 1-year chart, you'll be able to see it a lot clearer on why I pretty much bought some, okay? So you guys can see that this thing wasn't moving much, had some consolidation. We had beautiful upward trend. And then look at this, okay? So you guys can see this trend line right here, okay? This represents a very strong support for Facebook. Not to mention the RSI, every time it hits around $44, we get buying pressure, okay? It hit it once, we got buying pressure. Right in here, we got buying pressure. Came down in here, we got buying pressure. Right in here, we get buying pressure. So now we had some sell-off down to that 43 again. I think this represents a very strong buy zone. This is going to be pretty much buying on a discount, buying on a support line, buying undervalued, okay? The 3 or 4 most important things for a short-term investment, okay? Buying on a support line. But for a long-term investment, Facebook's a no-brainer. I'm telling you, Facebook makes so much money. They have $64 billion in cash. So if Facebook ever slows down or needs to get through a hard time or something along those lines, they have $64 billion to continue to pay employees, to continue to invest in the company, to continue to grow. Not to mention any company that Facebook thinks is going to grow, they buy it out. Prime example is Instagram. They bought it for roughly $100 million, which at the time, it was like, holy crap, this small company. Facebook just bought Instagram for $100 million. Now, Facebook's worth over or now Instagram, Instagram is worth over $100 billion and growing, right? So this just goes to prove that Facebook, if there's any competitors or anything that they want, they buy it. Not to mention Facebook's investing in pretty much anything from AI, automation, robotics, artificial intelligence, pretty much everything, marketing, advertising, all those stuff. But it's just something that's invested into the general tech sector and growing, okay? And everybody uses it. No one really hates Facebook or something like that, okay? So for me, I think this is a no-brainer. Not to mention a fantastic strategy for Facebook would be buying either on this discount, but if you think it's still going to sell off, a good strategy would be dollar cost averaging, so you can pretty much invest, not have to worry about it, be consistent with your investments, and you'll get that good average price. So for those of you that don't know what dollar cost averaging is, pretty much if you want to invest, let's just say $1,000 total into Facebook. Instead of investing $1,000 all up front and have this thing sell off, all the way back down to $350, now you're down 10% and you don't know what to do. Okay, what you do is you invest $100 a week over the next 10 weeks. So you still invest that total principal of $1,000, but you just get a good average price for your shares. Okay, so this is a fantastic way to invest into these growth stocks, these little stocks that have more volatility, and go from there, guys. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and if you do, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you have questions, concerns, ask them down in the comments, and we'll see you later. Remember to stay happy, stay positive, and stay safe out there. Take care. So guys, that is it though. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and if you did, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you guys have any questions, concerns, ask them down in the comments, and we'll see you later. Remember to stay happy, stay positive, and stay safe out there. Take care.